Ahoy, me mateys, and welcome aboard. It's been a few days since I posted anything on the YouTube. First things first, this pirate's gonna have a drink. Good thing though with the whistle. Oh yeah. Alright, let's get started on the adventure. It's a 5-minute tale from a book called Bedtime Stories. The first adventure is going to be called Animal Explorers. Alrighty, let's do this. Late one afternoon, Pete was daydreaming about exploring in deepest Africa when Mum appeared. "This is Jess. She just moved in next door. Now you two can play together," she said. "Oh no. She'll only want to play boring games," thought Pete. Pete frowned and sat in silence, so Jess stared out of the window. "Let's go exploring in the garden," said Jess. "There's nothing interesting out there except silly bugs," complained Pete. Jess ignored Pete and grabbed his safari hat and binoculars. Then she found his torch. When they got outside, she made a den hidden in the bushes. "It's so the wild animals can't see us," she said. "There aren't any wild animals," scoffed Pete. Suddenly there was a funny grunting noise and a strange shadow appeared on the lawn right before their eyes. "Look, it's an elephant," squealed Jess. So them thinking this shadow here was an elephant. Ha ha ha. Elephants are huge. Pete couldn't believe it. He scrambled after Jess as she leaped out of the den and chased after the elephant. But it had gone. Then she pointed to a line of paw prints that led near the bushes. "There, it's a tiger," she said just as the shadow stalked along the wall. "Run!" cried Pete. He and Jess dashed across the lawn and hid from the tiger behind the garden shed. Next, Pete pointed to a long-necked shadow swaying by the washing line. "Look, there's a giraffe in our garden," he said. "Back to the den," whispered Jess. There's the shadow of the giraffe right there. They're seeing a lot of wild animals. Suddenly another shadow loomed over them, blocking their escape. "It's a gorilla," said Jess. "It's a bear," said Pete. The shadow got closer and closer until... "Arrgh!" cried Jess and Pete. They scrambled across the lawn and dived back into their den. "It's only me," said Dad, laughing. "Ha ha ha. I wonder if he laughs like me. Ha ha ha." Pete shone his torch and saw that it wasn't a gorilla or a bear at all. It was Dad, carrying a tray with some sandwiches and drinks on it. So there's the shadow of the gorilla or bear, what they thought, but it was Dad. Then Pete and Jess peeked out of their den and saw Buddy playing with a sock. The washing basket. His shadow looked like an elephant. Pickle's shadow looked like a tiger. And Mom's shadow looked like a giraffe. Pete and Jess laughed. They sat down to munch on their treats, and as they chatted about their exploring venture, they both smiled. "Ha ha ha. I'm glad you came around to play," said Pete. "Me too, thanks for joining in the game," said Jess. Pete felt really happy. He was pleased Jess was going to be his new friend, and she was definitely anything but boring. These are the shadows of the different animals that they thought they saw. Good imagination, though. That is the end of the small story here. I hope you enjoyed it. And maybe in the next couple of days, you'll hear another one from me. So if you like my content, subscribe, like, and share. Yaha!